Thomas was born 10 weeks early. He was premature and he has cerebral palsy. The cerebral palsy means that he can't move properly, so he can't stand or sit or walk independently. We were told that Thomas would most likely have cerebral palsy when he was 20 days old. He was in special care and they told us that he'd suffered brain damage. Everything that you thought you'd planned, and I suppose it didn't really sink in until a bit later on exactly what it meant. I gave up work last year. That obviously adds a financial pressure, and everything's more expensive anyway, so you're in this vicious cycle of losing an income and having to pay out more for things. So it's a really difficult situation to be in. IET Connect have been really good, brilliant in fact. They've provided me with so much for the house and travel expenses and all sorts of things that we just couldn't have done. We got an application form through the post. It was a really simple application. I just filled it in, wrote about what we wanted to do and why, sent it back, and we heard back quite quickly. We've had various support, so the biggest one was help with adaptations to the house for Thomas, which was obviously a huge, huge help, and I can't even say how helpful that's been. And then there's been other things, smaller things like the physio equipment, and we've had help with travel expenses to give Thomas extra therapy. We often joke that I'll contact our caseworker at IET Connect and he'll be like, oh God, not that woman again. But I know that I can ring them anytime, and it's great having a named caseworker to be able to pick up the phone, who knows us, who knows our background, and I can talk directly to them and ask them questions about an application. I hope that Thomas can just be the best that he can be. Nobody can tell you what he will and won't be able to do, but everyone will tell you that early intervention is key, and the fact that we've been able to do this now for him is bound to make the biggest difference for him. To have that pressure taken away, and to be able, for Thomas to be able to eventually move around himself a little bit with equipment and like a walking frame and things, and the fact that he can now get himself in and out the house, in and out other rooms, and for me to be able to move him in the equipment a lot easier, it takes a lot of pressure away. My advice to another carer would be, don't be afraid to ask for help. You're doing a great job, you're doing your best, and make the application because it could really change your life.